Alright, Tommy Coward here from Outer Space Landscape, also known as the Real Alien Tom. Today's video, we're going to be making indigenous microorganisms. And I'm sitting here in a giant cane patch where I've actually collected the microorganisms. This is a grass. It's called giant cane, Arundodonax. It's an amazing plant. Its metabolism is truly amazing, and that this could grow a foot or two a day during the growing season. Look at this thing. And they get huge. I've always had a passion for this plant, but I recently learned from some videos by Brian McGrath, who's from Prokashi, where I learned this technique from his videos, and you can go check them out on YouTube. He goes through the details of making IMO, indigenous microorganisms, which means collecting the microorganisms from this soil, this forest litter. In this case, I use some of this. The thing I'm amazed about this plant, it does grow with mycorrhiza and bacteria. They say the grasses are dominated by bacteria. I'm going to be using the IMO for some test plots for Growing Green Lawn Care Company. We're testing IMO on the lawns, try to offset some of the stress. We're also using some sugar products, C7 sugar products. I'm going to be testing here, and we'll be looking at some kelp products, seaweed products. But this is IMO. This is indigenous microorganisms. I collected them from this giant cane, so they're probably very strong. And let me show you how I did it. Did it in this box here. It's just a Fiesta, and all I did, you'll see if you watch Brian's videos, we used rice. This is just about how much rice I used, and I soft cooked the rice, so it was hard cooked, and I added some of the forest litter and even some of my compost to this box, and within about a week I got mycelial growth. That was making IMO 1. This is IMO 3.5 in my opinion, because the way this all came down was, first I got the mycelial growth, then I mixed that with some brown sugar and molasses and grew in magnitude the microorganisms on this in this container. After that I had pure IMO 2 that I could have stabilized in water, but I didn't. I went a step further to IMO 3, and I actually added a harder, longer chain a sugar source, birdseed, which is what I had on hand. In Korean technique, they use wheat meal run, but I didn't have wheat meal run. I actually went to a local mill here we have in Oak Ridge, and she said she didn't have a bit of any chaff or anything left from the process that she uses to make wheat meal. It all gets used in that very efficient system. So what I'm going to do now to stabilize this and use it on the lawn, I'm going to take it and I'm going to mix it in that bucket with, this is about 16 ounces of the IMO 3 to 3 parts water. So that's what we're going to do. 48 ounces of water, good distilled water. This is water that's has not been chlorinated or anything. It's pure, good water. So I'm going to mix this up, and you'll see just here in a minute. Okay? Just bear with me. Alright everybody, Tommy Coward, the Real Alien Tom from Outer Space Landscape, back with you, and I am getting ready to prepare IMO 2. That's Indigenous Microorganisms 2. This is IMO 1 that I made from rice, and it is packed with mycorrhiza and bacteria from a large, actually bamboo forest. Actually, it came from a large grass called Arundodonax cane, which is giant cane. And these microbes are probably dominated by bacteria. And I'm going to mix them with brown sugar and a little bit of molasses, and we're going to make IMO 3. Okay, so we'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, well, here's the product. I've emptied the container into this container. I'm just stirring it up real good. This is basically our finished product. I will strain this off with a regular kitchen strainer. And I'll bottle this. And I can mix this 1 to 500 parts water up to 1,000 parts water. That's how potent this stuff is. So this is your product. This is it. This is a natural Korean farming technique product. I will share some of the results with you. You can check out some of Brian's videos from Prokashi Korean Farming and learn a lot. I've seen some of the results on other videos, other folks using this stuff, these techniques. It's pretty easy to do, using rice to capture your microbes. Multiply your microbes in this process here. Multiply them using sugar. And of course, I've actually made them stronger by growing them on birdseed for a while. They were happy as a lark growing on that the molasses and brown sugar. And make sure you use non-sulfonated molasses, because microbes really don't like sulfur. So anyway, we'll get back to you with some results. Have a great day. It's not rocket science, but we're trying.